Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Make a Game episode 7. It's been a while, so I think in the last episode we were working on getting these guys infected and we added in that the healers could also be infected, which we want to change. So we got some very basic stuff going, and there's some things that I want to change. We're going to open up the code and jump right into it. So player, let me check the player. So I should have, was it on the player or was it on the healer? This is just movement, so the player script is only doing movement. Cool. It's got a serious speed, rotation speed, rigid body, so that's that. The healer is patrolling public, infected, game object. Find game objects with tag infected. So that's an array of waypoints and an array of this. I can't remember how to do this, but I think what I want to do is I want to create a list. Make this into a list. And I believe list of type. This is how it is. You do a list of type game object and call it infected. But you can't. Infected is equal to. Let me just double check that. Let's go on to good old Google. Just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. Unity list of game objects. I put game objects in the list. New list, game object. Oh, and you have to have the parentheses, I think. Is it possible? List game object. Unity game object is equal to new list. How to instantiate a list of game objects in another script very easy. It's important to declare the list as public. Include systems inside class public game object prefab list. Game object go list. So that's, you don't need parentheses, so you do it that way. Go list is equal to a new list game object, and that gets a parentheses, and then you can do so go list.add game object instantiate prefab blah 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 blah. We're not trying to instantiate anything, so this is right. So then what we have to say here is that infected is equal to a new list of type game object. Is that right? Oh, it's just a new list. Might have broken everything. So then what I want to do is I want to populate this list with, it's not an array, it's a list. Well, then it would be if it's not equal to null, right? Well, that's length. So infected is equal to, let's just take this out and see what we can say it is. It's equal to, I could do game object. Get components. Try get components. Active. No, it's equal to find objects of type. What would it be equal to? It would be equal to. How do I populate a list? Go back to Google. Unity list. Unity populate. That's not how you spell it. Populate list. How do I populate an empty list? Currently, I have a list that I need to populate when the player selects a series of letters. Oh wow. Tree mass position vector 2 collider list string words is equal to new list string. If call, where has he got call? Oh, that collider. Dot length is greater than 0. Oh, he has an array for each collider. He's doing a for loop. Yes, I'm using you declared your list inside screen list array, so it only lives in that function. Exact one's destroyed when finished. That's strange. I thought it was passing into an external variable. No, the list is strange. You still got two in words. Public class, region variables, public, string. So I'm trying to get the list words populated with values. This works by detecting the mouse click. Okay. Line 50. I think I want this. That is plus equals selected letter. You would want. Okay. So I need. How do I populate a list with a game object during runtime? Hey everyone, I'd like to populate the weapons list with the appropriate game object based on the name of the object dropped. If the name is sword, blah 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 blah. No replies. That is useful. Full list with game objects. Hello. Fill the list. Blah 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 blah. 2 issues first. Please format code questions. Select the code you're facing, then press 0. Should name your class list as is already built-in class name. You shouldn't name your class list. Okay. Now to solve your problem, the easiest thing would be to use a coroutine. In essence, they're methods that you can pause for a certain amount of time or until an event is finished. You can read what them here. Your code would be public list game object equals to new list game object. Start coroutine, spawn routine. So this is for spawning. Okay. So maybe I need a for loop. No, but if you're talking about for each game object in the list, you'd need that. So do I still need an array? Infected list of game objects. Let's just take this out of here, right? List game objects called infected. Infected. How do I populate it for each? I could do a for loop, but that wouldn't work because I would have to say for each something or other. Infected. What if I do infected dot add? Add game object. Add range. Add range. Infected dot add, and then add game object item. How do I do this? Can I do find? I can't remember what the add game object dot find objects of type, or was it game object dot find objects with tag? Find game objects with tag. I don't know if this will work, and the tag is infected. It's not liking this for some reason. Why? Can I convert from Unity game object to Unity engine game object? Is that a comma or a dot? Dot. Okay, that's definitely a dot. So you cannot. Returns a list of active game objects tagged tag. Returns empty if no array was found. That's great. Cannot convert from a Unity.GameObject array to a Unity.GameObject. Find objects with tag. Find object with tag. Okay, I can do that. Okay. So I wonder then if we say if infected is not equal to null. Will that work? Right, so if there's something in the list, is patrolling is false, navnet, so that should be fine. Else if else, we could just do else. We don't need an else if statement, just basically else. So if otherwise, so if there is something in the list, is patrolling is wait what? But this is the wrong way around. Is patrolling is false, set destination, infected 0, transformed up position. So if it's not empty, we're going to, and otherwise it is empty and you're just going to patrol. And patrolling is fine. Now, let's see how much I messed this up. Let's Let's go to this guy. Let's check my healers. I don't. Let's go to my inspector. These are my inspector. Okay. I had it before that the healers could be infected, and then it didn't really work because you just ended up with everybody being infected. And the game just stopped. Basically stopped. I mean, they still patrolled, but they didn't do anything. So he has a healer script. He's got an NPC controller script, which I'm going to turn off because he's not an NPC. This is what would change him from healer to something else. I'm actually going to remove the NPC controller script and the NPC script because you don't need those. These guys. Overrides. Can I apply that back to the prefab? So then this guy shouldn't have them either. He's just got the healer script. We're going to keep an eye on the infected size and stuff. We're going to see what happens. Oh wow, there's... What the hell? There's not even that many things in the... Stop. No game objects. It's just constantly... Game object, and there's no game object, so it's populating with empty. And what the hell? These guys suddenly became... They're tagged as NPC. They're all green. They shouldn't all be green. Let's stop that. Right. You should have reverted back to your normal color, guys. Why are you still green? Why are you green? You're tagged as NPC. Oh, because you haven't been infected yet. Okay. Let me have a look at my code here. Infected.add game object, find object tag, infected. But it was... Maybe I should do it as a coroutine. But there was nothing... There was nothing. So it was just adding empty game objects. So I need to... If... Could I do an if? Why would I do that? I need something to check to see if there is game objects tagged as infected. And then tell this script that there is or isn't. And if there's not, then don't do this. And if there is, then you start doing this. But I don't know. You could do, I suppose, an update. You could. What variable would you need? Well, you need a Boolean to say that it's either true or false, or there is or isn't. It's on the NPCs, right? NPC controller. Okay, so. So in the healer, I am going to put in a public bool. Infected detected, and that's going to equal false to start with. Then this isn't going to work if everybody's cured, I don't think. Does this have access to the healer script? It does. So on if other.tag player, your game object tag is equal to infected, and then healer script dot infected detected is equal to true. If you're setting something as infected, healer script enable is false. Healer script dot infected detected is equal to true. And if they're becoming a healer, then oh, that would only work if there was none left. So you'd have to have an array of I would actually have to have that array. of infected game objects. I could just go back to that. That might be... because that did work, didn't it? It did kind of work. The only reason I'm changing it to lists is that I've been told, I've done some research on it, and lists are apparently better for using if you're changing the amount of things in it. It gives you more control over what you want to do with the list, whereas an array is just an array, basically. If that makes sense. It made kind of sense to me. Having said that, figuring out how to... I was working with the array, I don't understand. So it's probably not necessary, but we shall persist and try and hack together a way of making this work. So, where are we here? So we're going to put in if infected detected is equal to true. And that, let's go back up here, put a little, and we're going to take this guy, we're going to cut him out of there, and we're going to paste him into there. So only if something has been infected. Just go up here, and then you've got this. If infected is not equal to null, is patrolling as false, else, blah, blah, blah. Save. Why are these guys suddenly... oh, they should be tagged as NPC, that's correct. So my NPC material, ground uninfected, is purple. So these guys should be purple, right? They have the cured thing on them. They shouldn't. Highest inherited, blah, 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 blah. Well, let's just see what happens if I hit play again. You are a healer. Okay, they're all healers. But I believe I can infect them. Can't I? No? Can I not infect them? Well, let's look at my healer. Oh, you're not moving at all. You are an... oh, God. I don't even know anymore. Did I not have things in here called healers? No? Stop. You are untagged. You are a healer. And we're actually going to call you healer. Oh, no. Healer. So we can find these people. You are a healer. And you're going to be called healer 2. Where's the other? Where's healer 2? Healer and healer 2. Fine. You guys are going to be here. You guys are all NPCs. Correct. Turn the healer script off. Oh no, that's the problem. Shite. These were the same prefab overrides. Can I revert? I can't really, can I? Okay. Well, shiznit. Put each of these guys. You are going to need an NPC script on you. NPC script. Children of a prefab instance cannot be deleted or moved, and components cannot be reordered. I don't want to reorder them. I just want to add more in. They're not even children. I just want to add in. Okay, well, what if I just click add component? NPC. That's not how you spell NPC script. There you go. And NPC controller script. You can have both of those. Make sure these all have them now. So you have an NPC, an NPC controller, and you have a cured, but you shouldn't have a cured. You should have uninfected. In fact, they should all have uninfected. I don't think I can do that for all of them, can I? Uninfected. Uninfected. I might speed this up in the video because this is dull as fudge. Where am I at? And there we go. That should be all of them. Cool. And actually what I'm going to do is going to take healer. You are going to become a prefab. Prefab variant. Healer variant. Nope, you're just going to be called healer. You are a variant of the NPC prefab, but you are now different. So that one is, that's you. So healer 2, we will delete because you are still, and we'll put in the healer variant over there. Cured, tagged as healer, healer script. Everything else these guys have. Ooh, puberty's finally hitting. Yay! They have the healer script, the NPC script, and the NPC controller script. And you are currently tagged as NPCs, correct. And my player, oh, this is the player, is tagged as player. I'm going to prefab him as well, just in case I need to make any changes. So, I need to, let's take a look at our healer. Where is the other one? Let's move him down here so that they're together. I want to take a look at their infected when I play. Does it just jump up? It does not. Cool. So if I head in the right direction and infect somebody, it still doesn't update. Argument out of range. Must be non-negative. Oh, well, look at them. They're all red. I think. I'm colorblind. There's reds going down to, oh, turn into greens. Still some purples left for some reason. Let's go infect a purple. Why are you? Yeah, there you go. You're green now. I don't know why you're green. Have I been changed? No, I'm still player. Oh, no, they're red, green, red. There's too many of them, I think. I can infect some of them. How are they going back to? Oh, because there was a, come here. Reds, right? And then they go green. There's some purples way over here. So what I'm going to do, because we can see, if we look at the top, the scene view, the greens are all there. And now there's a red. They should all start chasing that red. Oh, and he's infected somebody else. So they can't turn green unless they're infected. That's good. But he's still in the middle of a big throng of, oh, there's one lone green. I'm going to run through here and see what happens. There's loads of reds now infecting each other. There's more reds than greens. Oh, a big battle. Hello. Why are you just standing here on your own? Why can't I? What are you? You don't seem to be doing anything. And I can't seem to. Where am I? What are you? Let's take a look at him. Quick, take a look at him before he moves. What are you? You are healer 1, and you are not moving. Actually, are either of my healers moving? Where's healer 2? You're there. Just kind of, nah. But healer 1, which is here, has a nav mesh agent. And he has all his waypoints, so he's not patrolling. Just doesn't look like he's patrolling. If I go over to, do I not have, I thought I had a nav mesh window here somewhere. Lighting services, occlusion. I don't need occlusion right now. I need nav mesh. Okay. What was my console saying? Oh, it's gone crazy. Let's pause the game here. Go back to my console. It is saying, no reference exception. Object not set to the instance of an object. Healer.update. Asset script healer. Object not set to an instance of an object. Index was out of range. Must be non-negative and less than the size of the collection. Right. I don't know. Let's take a look here. This infected. Right. Because this is no longer an array. Can you call like a list? I don't know. Infected. How is to? Is pretty false. This didn't work either though. In the update, infected detected is true. Infected to add game object. This is a public bool. Actually, I didn't unpause the game. So we should see. Am I still on my healer? I am. Under the healer script, we should see infected detected. It's not been set to true. Set it. Can I unpause the game? Can I set it to true? Well, now it's just. But it's not. Okay, pause that again. It's not finding the game out because there are still some infected, right? No, there's not. There is not. I wonder if it was true and it became. I have no way of making it false. Let's untick this. Right. I'm going to go and infect somebody and keep an eye on that is infected thing. You seem okay. So you are now red. Infected detected is not true, but if I... Oh, it's well, I mean, it's kind of working. It's just doing him over and over again. But to be fair, he is the only one. Maybe I will go back to the game object array. That seemed to work better. Which means I didn't really need to update my script at all. Yeah. Well. Okay. Okay, well, we'll just, infected is equal. We'll just go back, just get rid of this, right? We'll go back to this. Infected detected public pool, we won't need that. Get rid of that. Game object, a list of game objects. No, what we're going to do is we're going to do a game object array. Game object array, that's not how you do an array. Called infected. Then what we're going to do is we can get rid of that line because we're not doing an if statement anymore. And if infected is not equal to null, now how did I add them to it? On update, was it on? I think I did it on update. So we'll take this here and we will say infected is equal to game object dot find game objects with tag infected, right? And then if infected is not equal to null, I mean we could do that as well, is greater than 0, is greater than, if infected is greater than 0. It's Petroleum's fault, yeah. So if infected, how did I have this before? If infected is equal to game objects, so the array is, so if infected is, why isn't that working though? Greater than 0, it should be, oh no, nothing's working. Whoa, nope, greater than. Or did I have not equal to 0? No, that won't work. We'll just do not equal to null. Not equal to null. We'll leave that there. Else do that. I think that might work. I think that's roughly how we had it. Not really. Let's hit play. All compiler errors. Healer does not contain a definition for infected detected. Correct, it does not. It does not. Healer does not need. So it's MPC controller. Yes, we can delete that. Healer.script is that, and we can delete that. Healer.infected, and we can save that one. And go back here. That should fix that. We hit play. Let's take a look at my healer. There is no infected, so if I play my game and I infect somebody, it's got 1. Now there's 2, and it is going for them. And if we take a quick look, greens, reds, greens, reds, greens, reds. Cool. Cool. Right. But see, this keeps coming up outside of the array. I think that is why we use a list instead of a game object array. It's because you can add things and take things off a list, and you'll never get this index out of range exception, I believe. But I'll look into the list thing again and see if I can figure that out. In the meantime, what I want to do is, what do I want to do? Renderer. Oh yeah, it doesn't like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to NPC renderer. Because it keeps throwing up an error that it's hiding something else. So we're going to hopefully that will get rid of the error and it won't break anything. Sorry, I'm still trying to think of what I'm trying to do here. What am I trying to do here? I want to add in a time limit thing, I guess you'd say. You have to be within range of somebody that's infected for a certain amount of time before you actually get infected yourself. Excuse me. Or same with the healing. So we're going to. Okay. I have on trigger stay. And these are all on the. Yeah, so everything has a trigger. So the. Ooh, itchy eye. So what I'm going to do is have a. What we're going to make it a. It can be a private float, I think, but I'm going to make it serialized so I can see it to make sure that it's working. It's going to be a float. We're going to call it in range time. And it's going to be equal to 0 at the start because you're not in range. On trigger stay. What we're going to do is we're going to say, first thing we're going to do, say in range time plus. I don't know if that'll just put it up to 1 or if it will increment it continuously while you're in range. Kind of hope that it adds 1 every time, like every second, maybe. Although I might have to do a coroutine for that. I don't know. We're going to look at it first. So if I go in, so we're going to pick an NPC, although they're all going to run away. So I'm going to move an NPC. No, screw it, we'll just play it. We'll just play the game. Right, so I'm going to go look at an NPC. Let's go to this guy, right? You're pretty close. Oh, select him first. Right, so we're going to look. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, it's not in the healer. Why is it in the healer? I don't know. His healer script should not be, unless he's become a healer. I'm looking for, what the hell are all this? NPC controller. In range time. Okay, so I gotta find this dude. I gotta get within range of this dude. So, come on. Let me move. Come on. Is OBS still with me? OBS, you still with me? Game's not with me. NPC script. In range time. Oh, it's 175. And it's stopped. So if I try to get within him again, it's still 175. Where am I? I'm trying to find this dude. God, I should put a. There, I hit him again. 203, 206. Oh, so it does. 331. So it does go up every frame, which is interesting. Can I? Well, we could either work this out. If you want it to be like 5 seconds, then. So I want to increment it. In range time. What if I would, can I just do that, plus plus multiply by time dot delta time? I don't think so. No. Could I do plus equals 1 multiplied by time dot delta time? Right. Let's test this out. Let's just clear my console. Clear my console. We are going to get some exceptions because we're using gamer object. So we're going to select you, this dude. We're going to look where your thing is, your NPC controller script. Oh, in range is 0.2. Should have probably made it an int. Where am I? So I'm looking for, is it this guy? Oh, I don't know which one I am. NPC in range time is 1.299. That is, if I could all stop moving. Am I not in range? Oh my god. They're all green. They all look the same. 2, 3. Yeah, so it is kind of going up every second. That's good. We're making progress. So, cool. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do an if statement. If in range time is greater than or equal to, at the moment we'll say 3, then we want to do all this stuff. I'm going to cut all this out and paste it in there, and then we can just get rid of all this white space that we don't need. Clean up the script. So if in range time is greater than or equal to 3 from the player, we're going to do that. And then we'll do the same thing here, and then we're going to do an on trigger exit. Right, that. This is going to be, we're going to change this. Whoops, because I use it in multiple places, we'll do it this way. We'll call it player, with the lower p, player in range time. Player in range time. We're going to have another one, serialized field, float, NPC in range, god I can't type anymore, time, which is going to be equal to 0. Oh great, and there goes the dog. And then we're going to have another one, which, can you guess what this one's going to be? It's going to be a float, and it's going to be healer in range time. So it's going to be equal to 0. So we're going to track each of these, hopefully. I hope this makes sense. So if the player comes in, then the player in range time increases every second. If it becomes more or equal to 3, then you become infected. If other.tag is equal to infected. So if it's an infected person coming inside, what we're going to do first is we're going to do NPC in range time plus equals 1 multiplied by time dot delta time, and then we're going to say if NPC in range time is greater than or equal to 3, we're going to do all this stuff. And we're going to cut that, paste it in there, and delete all this white space. Whoops, nope, don't delete the brackets, just delete the white space. Make it look a little bit neat. And then the healer, same thing again, and hope that this works. I should really have just tested this before I've written all these, but might as well just keep going. Healer in range time, plus equals 1 multiplied by time dot delta time. And then we're going to say if healer in range time is greater than or equal to 3. And I'm going to change that number. Oh, undo that. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Undo all that. Where did... If healer in range time... Delete that. Oh, I don't know what I've done. I may have just ruined everything. Cut that out of there. Paste it into there. And now I seem to have... That's that one. This is on trigger stay. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Then we're going to have a void on trigger exit. And we're going to say if other dot tag is equal to player. Player in range time is equal to 0. If other dot tag is equal to NPC, this is, oh no, sorry, not NPC, infected. Infected, then NPC in range time, which I might want to change to infected in range time, is equal to 0. And if other dot tag is equal to healer, we'll have our healer in range time equal to 0. Healer in range time, NPC in range time. I'm going to call that infected in range time. Just to make it a little bit clearer, and save all that. So let's see if this works. I know, Macy, it's probably not going to work, but we're going to try anyway. I'm going to try. Right, so let's go infect somebody. Well, they're not infecting straight away. 1, 2, 1, 2. I need to trap them, or increase their sugar. You guys aren't really. I need to find somebody that's not moving. Have I infected a single person? Right, I'm going to pause the game. Oh wait, just pause. Pause. Where am I? It's either interception, that's fine. Where am I? Here, player. So there's somebody here. We want to look at his NPC controller script. Okay, so we're going for that guy. Let's see if I can find him. No, don't go away. I need to. Oh, okay, we'll go for this guy. Stop it. Let me just select somebody. You. Oh, let me move. Move. This guy just seems to be spinning around. Oh, he's infected. You're not moving. 1, 2, 3. How close do I have to be? I might need to increase their trigger. Oh, there's loads of them here. Come on. One's red. It would seem... Oh, look at this. That... well, they're all very, very close together. Where are you? Oh, you're infected now as well. I just want to see... Oh, you're infected. Everybody's infected now. Somebody... Oh, your time's going up and down. That's infected in range. Doesn't really matter. Surprised? Oh, it does because you're a healer. Does make it a little bit... because they're all... I can go in here and just mess everything up by standing in the middle of a load of greens. Making them... So you get this... Come here. Come here. If you're a healer, I can't do anything to you, so I don't know. Okay. That works-ish. It works-ish. Do these guys have... They must do. These guys must have a sphere collider. So let's focus in on you. Your sphere collider is quite small. So what I might do is... Where's it gone? Increase the radius of your sphere collider to be maybe 3? Maybe 3. Let's try 3. And then I'm going to override that. So your sphere, I don't know what I've done. I want to apply that one really. Definitely want to apply this. Apply to prefab. So they all have that. What the hell is this? There's no difference there. I could just apply all, I assume. Nothing really. Nav mesh agents. I don't know. So these should all have bigger sphere colliders of 3. Yes. And for my healer, we'll do the same thing. Sphere collider. Oh, it has it has one. I don't know why. It shouldn't, but it does. Cool. We'll test this out and see if it makes it easier to turn them. And then the other thing would be obviously decrease the amount of time. Here, you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. One's gone. They seem to turn each other quicker than I turn them. Which is strange. If I pause the game. Yeah. Whatever. Let's... There's somebody over here. Let's follow you. Let's follow you. You're over here. You are an NPC. You're probably still just waypointing around. So we're going to unpause and follow you and see what happens when you come in range with something. Whoa. I love how he's just going where there's nobody. Come on. In range. In range. Go find some people. Oh, he was in range of something there. In range, something's going up. I can't tell what it is. Infected was going up. He is swapping around quite quickly. Cause oh my god, that's so annoying. Yeah, can I just what's causing this? NPCs, right? Just clap that down, I don't care. Infected and healer ranges. And also what else? What is waypoints? So just claps this down. I don't care. What else is up here? Healer script, infected, I don't care. Waypoints, I don't care. What I'm looking for is this. So you... the more of them that are in it, I guess, it'll go quicker. So you're left with this kind of... Well, that actually could be okay. It takes me so long because I'm on my own. But if there was 2 people, it would be going up by 2 every frame, because each one is causing it to go +1. So then you end up still with just this like weird conglomeration, which is fine. It's just one lone guy. Is that me? That's me. I was like, there's just one lone guy standing there doing nothing. That's me. Which doesn't make sense. That's me. Just watching everybody have fun, going, oh guys, can I join the party? Guys, please, can I, hey guys, hey. If I come in here, I can make most of them red. There's 2 that will never go red, and they will constantly heal everybody else. But I should be able to get most of them red. You'd think, oh, most of them go green. This is insane. Let's have a look at these. What's going on with their, not the healer script? Because they're constantly staying in range of each other. So we'd have to get them to go away from each other. But we have a time thing working. The last thing I want to do for this video is... this is on the NPC controller. Everything's on the NPC controller. Cool. is I'm going to create a public float. What will I call this? Time needed in range. I'm going to set that to 3 for now. The only reason I'm doing this is so that I can change it in the inspector if I want to do some stuff. So what we're basically saying, plus equals time needed in range by time.tells time. No, that's not right. That's not right at all. Plus equals 1. If it was not right at all. If player in range time is greater or equal than time needed in range, and that's what we're going to change for each of these. Time needed in range, and where are we going here? 3. Just so we don't have that number coded in. I can change this in the inspector and it will change everything. If I want to later on, I could do a individual one for the player, the infected, and the healer, so that we can separate out how much time each of them need. We could increase it for these guys, because the more of them there are, the quicker they'll get to that number. Just that it doesn't. And then untrigger exit. Player time in range. I'm wondering if there might be something we could do here that will set them off on their path again, set them off patrolling. But I don't think we would do it here, because they are basically, if you're a healer, you're testing. I wonder what it would be like if I coded the NPC so that when they're infected, they want to chase anyone who's not infected, any NPCs, but they also want to stay away from the healers. That might be something interesting to try, and we will try that next time and see how that goes, because I think that might stop the whole conglomeration thing and lead to some interesting immersive behavior from them, just to see emergent behavior, emergent behavior from them, and see what kind of cool stuff comes from that. So yeah, we're going to end that episode here. We got a bit done. We kind of went forward and then backwards and then forwards again. But that is the way with coding and game dev and game design and all that kind of stuff. You do have to, test stuff out and see what works, see what doesn't work. And sometimes you can do a lot of work just to get back to where you were. But we did get a little bit further. I'm quite happy with that. It'll be easy now to tweak those things, to change them around so that we can say that we want the infected people to get infected quicker or slower, and the healers to be healed quicker or slower, whatever. So we're in a good position to continue on and see where this goes. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button just to let me know, and consider sharing it with people who might be interested in this kind of content. That would be very cool. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to help me grow the channel. That would be great. I would really appreciate it. And if you could leave some comments down below if you have any suggestions of other things you'd like to see me do with this project, or any other game mechanics you'd like to see in it, or anything you'd like to see me work on in terms of game dev and coding and that kind of stuff. And I can certainly try. I may not succeed, but I can certainly try. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. I will see you all next time.